On Mount Everest, there's a place called the Death Zone. Have the bulls reached it? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so I am somewhat obsessed with Mount Everest. I want to hike to base camp. That is a goal of mine in life. And at the top of Mount Everest is a place called the Death Zone. It's where there's no oxygen and you must move quick, and you have to have an oxygen pack on your back just to make it to the summit and get down quickly. It's treacherous and it's scary, and there are cliffs everywhere. And I do believe the bulls may be entering that zone. I'll get into that in just one second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, another good week. Last week on Thursday, we won a big trade at the close. We rode the squeeze all the way up, had a nice day, and had a wonderful weekend. As always, if you want to join this group, stay tuned for later in the video. But for now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And we got to move up into that 1618 that we talked about last week, that 5156 area. They hit it almost on the number and then pulled back off of it at the close. They broke this trend line here, and they're at support basically for a smaller potential one more push up. If they break down below that support, we would look for them to come down and test this box. Now, I talked about the death zone in the intro from Mount Everest, and I think that I'm calling this top here the start of the death zone. Now, I'm not saying this is the overall top, but it does have the potential to be, and all tops now should be regarded with great caution, in my opinion, as we move forward. So as we move up here, we've hit our target for potentially wave 3. We would look for a pullback from this region. They can push it up to 5175 or so, 5188 even. One more push higher as long as they can hold support off of this low from yesterday. So they can still push it a little bit higher, but ultimately we're looking for one more pullback into this support box. The support box is 5060 to 5050 on the ES, and it's extremely important support. You can see it's this peak over here. It's last week's low, and a break of a weekly low, which hasn't happened in many months, would be the start to a move that could accelerate very quickly. So we would expect them to hold this low as long as this move down is corrective and comes into this area. We would expect them to hold it and then push one more time up to potentially 5300 to 5350 to complete the overall move, complete this bigger wave 5 of a super cycle 3, and then we'd look for a turn down from that point. When this support area breaks, it can accelerate very quickly, as we have moved up pretty quickly off of the lows since last October with hardly any pullbacks. When you see a major support level break, that will usually lead to a cascading effect to the downside and a much sharper retracement than people think. So be very cautious to the long side. We are getting up into a place where I don't think there's much more oxygen for the bulls. Over on the NASDAQ. Okay, on the NASDAQ, we would like to see one more high here, but don't necessarily have to get it. The NASDAQ is always a little bit ahead of the ES, or has been for a while anyway, where it's starting down before the ES and starts back up and usually tops before the ES does. So it is possible that NASDAQ has already made its high here and we don't need another push. And the NASDAQ's big support region down here is at 17,840. This 618 fib down to 17,750, the 50% retrace fib. We'd look for those to hold support on a pullback. And if they can hold support here and start higher, we would look for that 18,550, 18,600 level on the NASDAQ and its final rally up to complete this wave 5 of the bigger wave 5 of super cycle 3. So NASDAQ, we would be looking for a pullback down into this area here, this 17,840 area. We'd prefer, if you're bullish, you would prefer they hold 17,840. Breaking this low could lead to a quick liquidation. But we will give them down to the 0.5 fib at 17,751 to spike it. There's lots of times they can spike through it and reverse it. We will give them that little bit of leeway there to hold that area and then push higher up toward the 18,500, 18,600 area to complete this move again. Possible they give us one more spike up, as this doesn't look like a great fifth wave. You know, right now you would have to count it as this is 5. You'd prefer that you get one more spike up before this move down, but doesn't have to. And given the level of support broken here on the move down, it does look more likely they want to start to push down in this retracement down toward this 17,839 level. This blue box here on both charts is extremely important to the bulls. They really need to hold this area. If they don't, as I said before, it can cause a very quick cascading waterfall effect to the downside that would be quick liquidation. You have everybody running to the exits at the same time and nowhere to go. So bulls really want to hold this blue box on both charts and then push higher for one more high, and then I think we would be looking down from there. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans that both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it, become part of the trading team, interact with PT and I, see how we trade, see what we do. Make sure you love it. Everything we say is what we do. It is. And that you want to become part of our trading team. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We also have our training material, and we're just about done with our Advanced Elliott Wave course, where we go through the more complex structures that you see, the diagonals, the triangles, the double and triple threes, all of that kind of stuff. We have the videos here that you go through. It's an excellent course helping people understand those complex structures. As you can see on the screen, people are really loving it. It's helping them understand the market and trade in a better way. But if this is a little bit too much for you or you're not ready for this kind of level of course, we also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It can be really hard when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up, because Elliott knew that the news cycles didn't mean anything and that key levels did. And by finding these key levels and understanding what happens when they hold and what happens when they break, he was able to make sense of the stock market. This gives you a huge advantage over other traders in the industry. The course itself is 25 videos where we go over 3 different parts. Your introduction, where we go over your expectations, your mindset, the KISS method and why it works, chart setup and tools, every tool you need to use, how to use it and why, and the Elliott Wave for Beginners course where we go through each of the waves, how to measure them, how to find them, how to break down the chart, the corrective depth theory, the pivot, the theory of alternation, everything you need to know to make sense of an irrational market. The cool thing, guys, if you don't want to pay for this course or the advanced course, they are both free and available right now when you join our monthly rooms. So when you become a member of either room, you get all of our training material for free. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where we go over exactly where we're at on the charts and what to expect, and I answer everyone's questions. Today's midday video was almost 45 minutes long. We went through Bitcoin, we went through NVIDIA, all the different stocks, Apple, what they look like and why they are also telling a story of a top. And so all of this information is incredible. I think it's worth the price of admission. You also get our day and swing trade alerts, and we trade the SPY and QQQ, so we do trade quite often in my room. Now, if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, day trading, and income trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, futures trading, his income trading that's absolutely killing it. He did it again today. Amazing stuff in there, and his reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you huge multiples on your money. And it's how he structures those trades. It's so unique. It's something you kind of have to see to understand, which is another reason you get that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, the key takeaways for today. I would look for the market to pull back and test this blue box. As I said on both charts, extremely important for the bulls to hold this area, 50-50 to 50-60 on the ES. We'd look for them to come down, test that area or slightly above it, and then push higher to 5,300 or so to conclude the move up. If this box breaks, the market can start to move very quickly to the downside, and I would be very cautious with any kind of long position. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of situation. We would look for a test of this blue box down here in the 17,840 to 17,750 area. Assuming they can hold that, we would look for one more pushback to 18,500. If they cannot hold this blue box, we could see a waterfall type event to the downside. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.